Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose with me. That's me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Brian+Post. And I didn't put my phone on silent like I should have, because I just heard someone text me or something. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. A terrific Tuesday. I've been tired all freaking day. All day. I've been tired all day. All day. And you know what I think it is? I think it's my hair. It doesn't smell bad, but I think that my hair is carrying too much negative energy because I haven't washed it. I usually wash it like every couple weeks, and I haven't washed it. It's been a while. So I'm going to wash it tonight. I've got my shampoo. I've got everything. It's a beautiful day today. Check. Can you see that? Look at that sky. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh. No, that's beautiful for sure. Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? Beautiful day. Hope it's a beautiful day where you're at. But yeah, I've been tired all day, bordering on a little grumpy, a little cranky. Woke up that way. I slept good last night. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what the heck? And then I realized I haven't washed my hair lately, so I'm going to do that here in a little bit. But I thought I would talk. I did a podcast this morning for On Boys with a couple of great ladies, and be getting some details on that for you guys soon and sharing that with you. But one of the things we talked about is something I've been talking about recently. Hello, Jennifer. Oh, such a compliment. Haha, I knew you were talking about the view behind me, but that's all good. I'll take it where I can get it. So one of the things that I've been talking about, because there's so much now about being trauma informed. In fact, I get Google alerts. You can get Google alerts for specific terms. So one of the terms I get Google alerts for is trauma informed. I'm always curious, like what's out there. Everyone's talking about trauma informed. It feels that way. I mean, it seemed like overnight it just kind of exploded. And I told those ladies, did I tell you I'm living in a log cabin? I don't know if I told you that. Let me show you this cabin. Let's see if I can come out here. So I'm living in this log cabin in Northern California, and isn't that amazing? Look at this thing. It's really quite amazing. So right through there is where my office is at. So that's like patio area, and it's screened in, but you can see the sun where the sun's coming through. But check that out. It's 2 stories. It's like got a loft and then it's just got an awesome view all the way around. I mean, it's just pretty amazing. And there's even a koi pond. Let's see if you can see the koi pond. You see the koi pond? Look at the little koi pond. How cool. So anyway, there's all this talk now about being trauma informed, and I was like, trauma informed is good, but you know what trauma informed means? Trauma informed means that you're trauma knowledgeable. Trauma informed. Think about that word. I'm trauma informed. And I even, was last year talking about trauma informed, created a trauma informed certification, created a trauma informed checklist. And so, I was all for trauma informed, and then I started seeing everyone talk about trauma informed, and then I started hearing these people what they're talking about. So you start paying attention to what people are like, how they're focusing their programs and their books and all this stuff. And what you find is that trauma informed becomes trauma knowledgeable. But being trauma knowledgeable isn't the answer. We have to be more than trauma informed. It's great for us to be trauma informed, but beyond trauma informed is being trauma responsive. It's not enough just to know about trauma. That's fantastic. It's not enough to just know about trauma. You also have to know how to respond to trauma. That's the key, being trauma responsive. So, like we always do about this time, that comes from Kanye West's song, at the Post+Institute, people are just catching up with trauma informed, and we have just moved on. We have already left the stage. We're moved on. We're talking about trauma responsive. So let's see how long it takes us to catch up to that. So being trauma responsive. Hey, from Kathy from New Zealand. Big Papa loves my New Zealanders. And of course my Dutch brothers and sisters, and my German brothers and sisters. I want to get over to New Zealand sometime. I sure do. But we got to be more than trauma informed. We got to be trauma responsive. So I just want to lay that thought down for you guys. And then what was the other thing I was going to tell you about? So number one, I was tired, and when you're tired, you just just honor it. Like I stopped drinking coffee months ago, like 4 or 5 months ago. So I haven't had any coffee. Every now and then I'll drink tea from Starbucks. And I think a lot of times when we're feeling a certain way, we try to alleviate it. And I didn't really try to alleviate it. I just tried to be aware of it and try to honor it. And so, I had some food and I eventually took a nap. I tried not to interact with too many people today. Thank goodness I did most of my coaching and stuff yesterday, so I didn't have to be a grumpy ass to people, and I didn't have to be somewhere in some different place that I don't want to be. Like I don't want to be a grumpy ass to you guys. That's why I took a nap. So I took a nap. It was like 45 minutes. I'm like, wow, that was a good nap. Because for me, I'm usually I take like 15-minute power naps. I took a nap for 45 freaking minutes, so I needed it. But I gotta wash the hair. I know that's what's going on. Didn't realize that. I know. I'll wash it tomorrow. I'm gonna have it sparkling for you guys. It's gonna be all clean. So what was that other thing I was gonna tell you about that I wrote down in the subject? Hey Heidi, yeah, I know you got a lot going on. I'll get to New Zealand. I'm not even sweating it. California's treating me well right now. Although I will be in New York next week. Pat O'Brien and an organization he's hosting, foster care organization, they're putting together doing a viewing for a foster care show, a new movie on being foster parents. He asked me to be at that, so I'll be in New York City next Thursday evening at that, and then I'll be back in Oklahoma for a while. So excited about seeing my Mimi. She's then I'll be extra gorgeous. That's right. I don't see Mimi on here today. I don't know. She must be taking a nap or something. So dang it. This is what happens when you nap and then don't remember what you're going to talk about. I was going to talk about being tired. I was going to talk about being trauma responsive instead of trauma informed. And then there was one other thing I'm going to talk about, but I'm not going to remember it. So that's okay. I'm just going to stand here and enjoy and bask in the sunshine with you guys. It's like 65 degrees. It truly could not be more beautiful. Maybe, might be 70, but I don't think it is. I think it's like 65. It's just amazing. Already talked about washing my hair. So what else? That's it. It's just moving past me today. I got to get blinds. This is not what I was going to talk to you guys about. I got to get blinds in my little office area because that sun's just too hot. I can't even sit. Yesterday when I did the dose, like the sun was just beaming down on me. I had to get out of there. And then I had a meeting anyway, so I had to run. Sorry I had to run on you guys yesterday. I think I was probably talking about something good. But yeah, I had to go. Had a meeting at 5 o'clock and it was like 4:45. So I made it on time. I don't like being late. Are you guys late? Do you run late? or are you very mindful of your time? I don't like being late. I feel like our time is the most important thing that we have available, and so we should not waste it. It is very important to be mindful of your time, because every second gone is a second you're not going to get back. I really, really, really believe in living in the present, living in the now. And when you are wasting those moments, wasting those minutes, that's what a doctor's offices. I could wring a doctor's neck for making me wait 30 minutes. It's so disrespectful. So be mindful of time. Be conscientious of time, and if you're going to be late because it happens, then just let people know. I mean, people appreciate that, and usually are pretty flexible. But yeah, that's cool. How do we deal with siblings and you get being controlling? How do you deal with, Jill says I'm going to be beautiful after I wash my hair. How do you deal with siblings and you get being controlling? So hold that word controlling. Remember, the moment you step into needing to be controlling, you're operating from a place of stress and fear. Control, suppression, change. The moment you're trying to control, suppress, change, the moment you're becoming obsessed about behaviors, you're operating from fear. You got to keep that in mind. If a kid's doing it, guess what that tells you? They're operating from a place of stress and fear. If they're operating from a place of stress and fear, then the first thing you got to do is calm yourself down. Take a step back. Acknowledge how you're feeling. Acknowledge how they're feeling. With teenagers, let them have more control. They have to have more control. I did a talk on teens. Teens have to have more control. They're moving towards adulthood. They're moving towards independence. You've got to honor that. But the problem is we get stressed out and we try to hold on to them because we're stressed and we're scared. And then we create a power struggle. We create a dynamic that they have to fight against. So give them more control and let them screw up, because that's a part of being human. They're going to go out and make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes could be unfortunate mistakes. They could be bad mistakes, or they could just screw up and have not so good time, or you give them a little control and they don't screw up at all. They don't feel threatened anymore, and then they come back and they do what you ask them to do. Giving them more control is the key. But the reason you give them control is because you're allowing for the energy of relationship to influence. See, if I don't have to be in control if I'm focused on relationship. As long as I'm focused on relationship, I'm focused on influencing. So I can let you have control from that standpoint. Jill says, relative has adult child raging at her. She is frightened. Should she evict him? Legal action, what? That is so unfortunate. But let me tell you something, Jill. It's not something new. That's a dynamic that's been created, and it's been fostered, and it's been nurtured, and that's a relationship. That is a victim-perpetrator relationship that parent and their adult child are in, and they've been playing that game for a while. So she's coming to you because she's feeling like she's the victim, and or he's the victim, and the adult child's the perpetrator. Should she evict him? Sure, she can evict him. Will she or will he? No, they won't, because they're playing the dynamic. They're playing the game. And the child equally feels like the parent. So the victim-perpetrator role and experience is that the parent feels like the child's perpetrating against them, but guess what? The child feels like the parent's perpetrating against them. So it's this nasty little dynamic, and the parent ultimately has to break it by not being a victim and not being a perpetrator. Allowing the child to rage. Let them rage. Let them yell. Say you're mad. I see how upset you are. Let it out. What can I do to help you? How can I support you? Remember, the raging adult child is just a 2-year-old. That's it. It's just a 2-year-old. Now, is it scary? Absolutely. And maybe it's too scary for the parent to be able to permit that to happen or allow that to happen. Then they got to do what they got to do. You got to evict your adult child. But that doesn't mean you cancel the relationship. You can still come back and have relationship. And Parenting is a lifelong journey. It's not a quick fix. It's a lifelong journey. It's a process. It's not an outcome. So there's lots of things that they can do to kind of wrestle with that. Hey, Fit Cat, thank you for that. Hello, Big Papa. So I hope that's helpful, Jill. I'm going to stop rambling now, guys, because it's starting to get a little warm. I'm going to get ready to wash this beautiful mop of mine so I can come back and be styling and profiling. Woo! Like Ric Flair, baby. Styling and profiling. Remember, guys, in any given situation, there are always two choices. We can continue to react from the same blueprints of stress and fear and overwhelm, or we can stop, we can slow down, we can take 3 to 10 deep breaths, and we can choose love. Big Papa loves you. God bless each and every one of you. Hope you have a fantastic evening. I hope you sleep so well tonight. I hope you, through the night, that deep sleep, you wake up restored, refreshed, and reinvigorated and ready to have a fantastic day. That's my hope and my prayer for each and every one of you. God bless you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.